Paul, David Guetta, and it's featuring Becky G. I don't know, some song I found, crazy stuff. I don't know. This isn't my normal per se, but this does again. It come from a guy who liked Shaggy back in the day, so whatever. But the song's called Mad Love. I don't know. I loved it, man. I've listened to it a bunch, and it's like I'm all do 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 do. I'm like, oh man. Anyway, so I know sometimes you reveal too much, Dan. I know, can't help it. Anyway, 3 steps to help you manifest your love. Why? Right? Who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to try to speed it up? And I found a couple like little things. I was like, dang, that is perfect. That is exactly what we should be talking about here. Want to try to create a clear vision of what you're after. What's your love? What's your love intention, if you will, for lack of a better way to put it? Maybe it's someone specific and you've got a very specific person, but I still think this comes into play. So, for example, if it's someone specific already, these 3 things need to kind of be taken into account, and they sort of need to be graded by it, if you will, right? Or maybe it's someone you've not started a relationship with. Do they fit this criteria that we're about to chat about? Or if you're just looking for love in general, here's an opportunity to really help streamline that process. So hopefully, I don't want to say it's going to be quick, because every time I do that, tends to be like an 80-minute video, and I don't want to do that. So 3 steps to help manifest your love. What starts first, we're going to end with the last, which is the most important, so I apologize. I'm, of course, holding it off to the end. First thing, soulmate list. What you're thinking of are all the qualities that you really consciously want or desire or need even maybe in the person that you're trying to manifest. So many of us are constantly, they can be whatever they want, you know, and we need to focus in on what is it that you really desire. And what this does is this gets you thinking in the direction of what matters for you. Now, as all of us grow and evolve, and anybody that's a little older than someone else and anybody that's younger than everybody else, right? When you're younger, it sucks. Everybody that's older thinks they know everything. When you're younger, you think you know everything. But the trick is learning from people that have experienced and learned and grown, right? So as you go through these things, you start to evolve in what matters to you in a person. Maybe when you're younger, it might just be that they're cute, right? It might just be that they're smart and they got big intentions. And I'm not making fun. That's awesome. And it was great, and I miss those days. And as you start aging and getting older, it's like, well, would they be a good parent? Are they possible, like, marriage potential? Are they reckless, I should say, financially? Are they inexperienced in things? Do they know what's going on in the world? Are they in my same views in the world, politically or economically or religiously or whatever? We have all these filters that we put on our relationships, on what we need, on what we desire, on what really is important to us. Important to us. You know, maybe not. Maybe some of these are nice to haves, right? Because that'll come up here later. But some of these might be nice to haves. Okay. But make your list. What are the things? What are the nice to haves? What are the have to haves? Put all that stuff into a list. Think about it. Imagine this is the kind of person that I need. And I'm talking like, 20 qualities. Put time into this. 30 qualities. That's a lot, I know. Hopefully you can find that many, especially if it's someone you already know. So again, if you can do that, what that does is it helps create the imaginal process. That imaginal process is what does the manifesting. That's why this is so powerful. Imagine the qualities that the person that you desire has. And believe me, you'll be impressed with the results you get. I'm just telling you. Anyway, number 2, deal breakers. Deal breakers. This is kind of where the first part I like caveated. I was like, and I pushed it down. Just like, bam, I pushed it, Deal breakers. The things that suck. The things that, if they're this, red flag. They like to eat human flesh. All right, done. That's disgusting. Not going to do it. Not okay. Right? I don't know. Wherever you draw the line. That's probably possibly extreme. I hang out in some strange circles from time to time. I just know people. It's the way it works. I'm kidding, of course. Now, so we continue down these paths in our lives, and there's certain things you're like, ooh, like a good example that a lot of people deal with. Verbal abuse, for one. Someone that's verbally abusive, you start getting nips of that early on. They either need to change. If it's someone you know, this needs to evolve. Remember, I said depends on where you're at. If they don't match this, if they are verbally abusive, that's not okay. Self-love. We talk about these things. Self-love. Are you doing self-love? I'm totally practicing self-love. This guy's verbally abusive to you, and you still want him, but he'll change. Are you really self-loving? And that's an extreme example, maybe. I don't know. There are people of all varieties watch these videos, right? Red flags as we progress through life, as we move through circumstances. There's certain things that won't work for us. Maybe their grooming habits are bizarre, right? Maybe they don't shower often enough. Who knows? There can be things that can be really putting off. There can be attitude things. There can be, they can be in the sense, I've talked about the 4 ways people take energy from you. This is a great time to bring that up really fast. There's the aloof, right? Someone that's kind of above you. There's like, oh, you are here for me and all that, right? There's the poor me. So there's the person that's constantly saying, oh, help me because my life's so horrible, right? Those people suck because they're going to suck the energy out of you. There's the intimidator. That's the person that basically is a bully. And the interrogator. And that's the person that questions the crap out of you. Any of those kinds of things are flowing in their general vicinity or they're starting to demonstrate it, maybe back away. Red flags. Remember, love yourself. What do you deserve? Deserve the best. If there's things that you're like, no, I'm not going to do that ever again. I don't care how much I love them. Love should be better than that. My life should be better than that. I deserve better than that. Then have better than that. Don't settle for better than that and get better than that because imagine you put red flags to the universe. You're like, but they cannot be this way. Period. Done. End of story. I don't care if they're cute with those perfect green eyes and they got them big muscles like that guy right there in front of me. Oh, and cowboy boots. Is that alligator skin? Dang girl, you know, right? So I don't know. I'm just making up something stupid. But again, remind yourself, you're better than that. And when you start seeing the red flags fly off, good chance you need to start re-looking at what is happening. Is this the right person for me? Probably not. Of course, we do have patterns sometimes, and that's a different story, different show. But needless to say, deal breakers, have them. Know what they are. Work on them. Make a list. If they're like this, If they're like this, no way. If they're like this, gosh darn no. Period. You're telling the universe, here's what's up. You're filling out the little recipe card. You're like, yeah, they got to be smart. They got to be funny. They got to have like good looks. They got to brush their teeth. They got to, shower. They can't be abusive. They can't hit me. They can't push me. They can't tell me I'm fat. They can't tell me I'm stupid. They can't, right? Like all these things are not cool. They can't make fun of me in front of my friends. There's a list of things that are not okay to do, period, ever. If you're in love and you love somebody, you don't do things like that on the beach list. So if they're down that list, check mark them on out the door. Strike 3, you're out of there, as they'd say in baseball. Not that it's a great sport. It takes 18 hours to finish a game, and Jesus Lord, there's like the season's like 58 weeks long. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that was deal breakers number 2. Number 3, probably, possibly, I think, seriously, the most important aspect of this entire video that I'm sharing with everybody. It's the part of this that matters the most. It's the part of this that is truly down to the self-love, like I have really, truly, finally gotten to the core of who I am. And I'm now ready to own this world, to own this life, and to friggin' fly high like I've never flown before. And I don't mean it to sound as stupid as it does, but this is truly kind of where that stuff comes from. Beautiful. Your gifts. What are you bringing to the table? What is it that you are bringing to the table? Even if you're in a relationship that you're hoping to be with someone you already know, an ex or whatever, what are you bringing to the table? What are your gifts? What are the things that you're bringing to this relationship that make this relationship special, that make you a catch? If you're someone that you know them, but you haven't started in a relationship or there's no bad blood or anything crazy, what are you bringing to the relationship? What are you as a person? What are you as an individual? Your strengths. Like, I'm a loving person. I'm a caring person. I'm kind. I'm generous. I spend time. I like to help them out. I like to make dinner. There's a lot of like wonderful things that I truly enjoy doing that I bring to the table that I know this person's going to have. Wonderful dialogue, conversations. I got a sense of humor, right? Maybe I'm rich, whatever, right? I got $1 billion. Well, you're bringing that to the table. I'll tell you what, that opens an option, a whole set of people right there. Just were like, hey, I'll sign up. Is there you check my credit? How's this work, right? There's a whole bunch of things. I totally lost the pen, and I have no idea where it ended up. That's okay. I don't need it. It's just a stupid thing to hold in my hand. Your gifts, it's what you bring to the table. It's who you are. It's what you are. And when you finally own that, when you finally say, this is who I am, I'm a freaking nice person. I do great things for people that I care about. I'm there. I'm in their lives. I'm involved. I'm trying to help. Maybe I'm helping with their kids, doing funny things, throwing them up in the air and just like, oh, I got to catch you. Sorry. I was just kidding. You know, just, the enjoyment of life with people. And sometimes you interact with them and however you do, whatever's appropriate. Maybe it's just saying, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Everything good with the wife? Awesome. And they walk out the door and yeah, that was enough for them. So whatever the case is, we're interacting. We're bringing stuff to the table. All of us. Maybe you're a chef, like I am the best cook in the world, right? Like we all have the different qualities about ourselves. It's kind of with jobs too. And this is a really good thing to remember just as an aside. Everything in your life, every aspect of your life, this is super important to take into account. For work, what am I bringing to the table? What technical skills? What this, what that, what school, whatever. Relationships, health, I work out all the time, I'm eating really well. Like, what are you doing? What's your gifts to it? What are you bringing to the table when it comes, especially genetically? Some of us are just like superior genetically. Like, well, we could walk through fire and somehow never be singed. Like, we're amazing. So, all this health and wealth and all these things depends, again, on what we're realizing about ourselves. Your gifts are an amazing or a part of this whole thing. It hopefully makes a difference. These 3 steps, truly, when it comes to love, when you start painting the picture, you'll be amazed at what starts to open up. Might not be exactly what you're thinking. Be open, though. Be open, because when you start painting this picture, these 3 things, stuff will start to hit you. It'll be like driving long distance, and little bugs on the windshield wipers. Oh, smeared bugs now, right? Stuff will hit you. It'll happen, and it's rad. It's awesome. Much fun. Anyway, 3 steps to help manifest your love. And we're going out with a great song by Toto. And surprisingly, a really cool, the way it just worked out timing-wise to a pretty cool part of the song. Anyway, Toto, it's doing Rosanna right here on Dan.